Hey everybody, it's Tom. My next couple of videos are going to be knife surprise videos. Um, I'm basically stuck in the house here, having a problem with my legs, and haven't quite got outside to discover all the areas where the people aren't going to be, and all that happy stuff. So, one knife in particular, you've seen probably from my videos in December or January, was this one here. Now, Diane over at Snowfog Outdoors heard that, I made a comment about this, just a little back history, and I made a comment about it to Aaron Nelson, I believe, about a Tom Chitwood knife. Excuse me. So she had one there, and she thought it'd be, it'd be nice to send one along. So this is Tom Chitwood. That's Tom's maker mark there. T over a C, USA made. So let's look at the sheath. And these are all handmade by Tom. So the sheath is obviously a Kydex with the rivets down the side and everything. Now the one thing I did like about it is I incorporated this little piece of nylon strap here with the Kydex. I hate them Tech Lock buckles. I've had them and I can't stand them. So that was a nice little add-on. And it does ride a little bit lower, more like a dangler than anything. But there's really not much to tell about, the Kydex sheath. The knife does, this one-hand operation is killing me. The knife don't snap in, but it's held in there. I remember last time I tried that, I stabbed myself. So, let's get the knife out. So that's the sheath. Now, since I picked up the knife, there's a gentleman on eBay. His eBay name is Togordo. Togordo. He sells these knife sheaths, which are top quality knife sheaths in a variety of different styles and sizes and everything that goes along with it. So I buy these periodically. I'll buy 3 or 4 at a time because I only paid like $8 for this knife sheath. It's a left-hand model because I'm left-handed, but he does have all kind of right hands. So outside of the Kydex, I like leather a lot better. So I have a leather. I went ahead and purchased a leather sheath for it. As you can see, it fits in there well. In case anybody's wondering what all this is a map to my backyard and all the trails and paths. So I've got, not that I didn't know them, but if I ever forget where I'm at, I have it all right here. Just something I used to do. Of course, ferro rod on the side held together there with Ranger bands and a dangler system so I could clip it right to my belt loop. Now, to the knife. Now, I have to admit, this is a beast of a knife. I'm going to show you why. This is a 1/4 inch thick. It's got just under a 4-inch blade on it. It is Scandi ground. Spear point, Kephart style, whatever you want to call it. These are curly maple scales on here, held together with 3 pins. The fit to this knife, as far as the scales and the pins and everything, is perfect. You can't feel nothing out of the way. And I've been using this knife just a little bit, and I haven't found it to bite in anywhere. No hot spots. So, the knife itself is $10.95. It is a full tang, as you've probably seen. 3 brass rivets. Now, I do have to admit that the grinding on this knife is not a perfect grind. What I mean by that is this side here is just a little bit more shallow. You can see how it kind of goes off straight here, and this one curves up. Now, some people that would be a big problem for, but the distal taper is perfect. It would be a big problem for some people, not for me. That just shows that, the guy was doing this by hand, and it is a handmade knife, because otherwise, perfection is kind of funky. If I can't find an imperfection on a knife, I'm kind of leery. Unless I know the guy. If I was buying a William Collins or Charles Hoffman's backwoods knives or something, Mike Ware's knife, I know these guys. I know they make them by hand. But outside of that, if I was to buy a knife, I would be wary of perfection. So, fit and finish on this knife, as I said, is perfect. And I'd like to thank Diane for hooking me up with this, because it is a absolutely comfortable knife. Nice small size for in the woods and hunting and fishing, because I don't use much bigger than this as a hunting knife if I'm carrying a fixed blade. Lines are great, and like I said, no liners, but the different colored woods is nice, and that is just done perfect. The only thing I would have done differently is maybe take the edges down, roll them off a little bit towards the knife. That's about it. But it's a good carbon knife, and I absolutely love it. I've been using it just a little bit because I haven't had a chance to really use it heavy. But I've been using it just a little bit, and the edge retention is phenomenal on this. It shaves, and it stayed shaving. So this is Tom Chitwood knife. Tom has unfortunately gotten hurt, and he doesn't do knives anymore that I know of. But if you have a chance to get Tom Chitwood knife, grab one. He did an outstanding job on this, as far as the heat treating and everything else. And that's what you need to worry about. Not if this is perfect, that's perfect. It's the heat treating and edge holding ability of a knife and how tough it is. Because when you get out there and it matters, they're not going to matter that, one side's higher than the other ground and everything like that. What you're going to worry about is this little piece right here. Is that going to hold an edge for you? And is it going to be easy to sharpen? So, this is Tom with the Tom Chitwood knife. And I'd like to thank everybody for your time and your patience. A lot of patience. And we will see you guys on the next ones.